What's up, guys? Welcome back. And in the last video, I know we talked about how we were going to do something about the door, but it seems like I started working on the door. But this should be pretty easy to do because we already have a door for the house. We can use it. You can use it the same way, but I'm going to show you. Okay, that's what this is. What is this? Huh? Hold on. Wait. Oh, that's the apartment. Okay. I'm like, wait, what is this? But okay. We need to be on the business, BPC business and BP business. Right. Okay. So let me check. Let me open this. Okay, if you don't have the door already, all you gotta do, this is a scene component, and I just add a mesh, right? And then I added a door collision. And what I did, pretty much the same thing we always do. Get the character, enable the input, and say, can we interact with the door, right? So that's what this is. And then here, what we're gonna do, I got my side note open on my other computer. So we're gonna get can interact with door. We're gonna get a branch to check if it's true. Plug it up like so. And let's do a check real quick. We can say yes. And we can say no. This microphone is picking everything up. Okay, let me check. Jesus Christ. Okay, we can interact with it. Alright, cool. So with the door, we're going to check two things. We're going to check if we are the owner or if the store is open. Because if we are not the owner, we cannot access the door. And also, if the store is not open as a potential client or customer, we cannot open the door because the business is not open. All right. So what we're gonna do is grab the business info, break it, and let's check if we are the owner of the business. We can say if it's equal to the character that's interacting with it. Okay, and then he get a branch. So we don't have to keep doing this over and over. Let's just do this real quick. Let's clap this to a macro and say is owner and let's add this one. I'm gonna be true and let's say yes, and this one gonna be no. Okay, so if we are the owner, this is what we're gonna do. Open the door. Remember the same function that we use in the character to open the house door, we can use it here. So we can say server open door, and it's asking for the door. Like I said, add your door mesh. We get the mesh, and I want to open the door 90 degrees. Okay. Now, if we are not the owner, we want to check to see if the business is open. Okay. So let me print a string. Let's say check in if That's if we are not the owner of the business. So matter of fact, let me grab the license real quick. Grab that. I'm not gonna buy it yet. I'm just gonna go here. It should say check in. Yeah, if business is open. But if I go ahead and purchase it, it should open the door. Yeah, because I'm the owner of the business. All right. Okay, so now when I was working on this on the live stream, I was having problems setting the variable inside of the structure. So what I did, let me put these into a category. I just create a new boolean inside of the business, and I call it is open. Okay, by default, let's make it open for now. Okay, so now we're gonna check. Well, if we are not owner, we're gonna check to see if the business is open. Okay, so if it is, we can say yes, it's open, and if it's not, we can say it's closed. Close. Okay, matter of fact, by default, let's make it close. I don't even have to do this because yeah. So when I go here right now, if I do, it's gonna say close, right? So if I set it to true, it should say open, even though it's not gonna open a door yet. But and all you have to do now, if the business is open, all you gotta do is just do the same thing, right? Matter of fact, let's skip this one here. We can create the notification to let people know business is closed. Okay, so now, is it true by default? Yeah, okay. So now you will see the business will be, the door will be open. I'll be able to open the door. See? Open and close. Okay, so let me add the comment for this. Let's say checking for owner and check this is open, like that. So now let's add a functionality for the owner of the business to open and close the store pretty much. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do, back to the business, we need to add another collision. So let's copy this and call it owner kiosk collision, and we can move this one way back, and let's make the thickness 5. This one will be like 100, this one will be 200 and 100. And let's do the same thing, begin overlap and overlap. And I think I already have these macros. Disable input. Let's see what's inside of them. Yep. Get the character. Okay. Let's do owner interacting with kiosk. Set that to true up here and set it to false down there. Right? interact with, and let's make this bigger like that. What's this? Door collision like that. And then is this thing still recording? Yes, it is. Okay, this one is for the client slash customer kiosk interaction. Okay, what are these? Okay, so now that we have this, we need to do a check. Let's do the check up here. Yeah, let me take this and move it up, and let me delete this for a minute. Oh no, delete the whole thing. So what we need to do, we need to check what type of business this is. That way we can show different screens or UI if you want to. So business type, we can do a switch on the business type. So if it's a town hall, we're gonna show the one for the license, where we buying the license, right? And then if it's a clothing store, which is what we have, we can just say clothing store UI. Okay, because this is checking to see if we can interact with the kiosks. Oh yeah, this is good, because this is gonna be for the customers, when the customers are interacting with the gas station, supermarket, and stuff like that. Okay, and yeah, so let's go check it out real quick. So let me find this real quick. Open this up. I'm opening the clothing store. So let's move this back. This is where the owner going to be. This is for the owner, and this is the kiosk for the client or customer. Okay, let me change events. Let's give it a purple color. Let me get this license real quick. Let me buy this. Oh, where is it? Oh, I didn't do that. Owner hitting in game to false. Kiosk hitting. Okay, so let's try it one more time, and let's go. Let me buy this. Open it up. This is for the client. See, it says clothing store, and if I go, this is for the owner. Did I even do that? Yeah, I need to create a new one to check if owner interacting with Kia, right? Okay, so this one, let's drop it all over here. I'm checking to see if the owner thing, if this is true, I can say, for now I'm gonna say owner, but we also do need to do that. Matter of fact, let's do it since we already have it here. Yeah, let's do that check before anything. If we're the owner, yes. If not, it's you can say not the owner. Okay, let's double check to make sure everything is working. Matter of fact, let's do this on the client. Let me get this. I'm not gonna purchase it yet, but the door should still be, yeah, should still open. So close it. Why is this saying not the owner here? Oh yeah. Of course it's gonna say that because it's checking. Okay, yeah. Okay. So if I go and purchase it, it should say UI. Yeah. And then now it was gonna say owner. There you go. In fact, let's do 2 players so that way we can check it properly. Let me put this right here. Let's have this guy purchase the business. Okay, and then he opened the door. Now he's the owner, right? But this guy, when he comes to, when he's interacting with this, it should say UI. I mean, it's still saying clothing store, right? But it's also checking to see if he's the owner, but he's not, so which is good. And then if I go over here, he's gonna say not the owner, which is also good. Okay. So 2 things we need to do. Let's remove that because we don't need to tell the person interacting with this they're not the client, because you can, for your business, you can add like a door. Only the owner can access the door to interact with this. All right. So what I'm 2 things I need to do. The first one, I need to go to, is that it? No, that's not it. I need to go to, let me go see. Server create town hall. I need to go here. Okay. Once we buy the license, town hall widget. What is this? This button, that's the button we need. Once this button is clicked, we need to get the town hall widget and hide it. So from the BPC business, we need to say get town hall widget. Check to see if it's valid. If it is, we can say remove from parent, and we also need to do get player controller, and we can say set show mouse cursor to false. You know what? Let me do this. Okay, set input mode game only. Let me copy this real quick, and let's go functions. Okay, I already had the function library, and let me create a new function, call it hide mouse. All right, paste this right here. So now I can let me see. Hide mouse. What is this gonna do? Okay, let's delete this. Let's see if it's gonna do what I want it to do. So if I click this, nah, it's not doing it. Set input. Okay, let's go to the function and we can say get player controller. Oh, we already have that. Game only, plug this up. Let's try it one more time. This time let's do it one. Yep, it's working. Okay, so what I did is I create the excuse me, I have a public function library. I think it's called function library. See, to create one, you go to blueprint function library. That means you can access any function inside of this anywhere in your project. Let me do one. This is show mouse. Let me just call it show mouse. Let's hope this is not interfering with. Let's do this, and let's do set show mouse cursor. No, set input mode. Give me UI. And I'm gonna pass this in case you want the widget to focus. Alright. So here I can just say show mouse. Right, and then now whichever widget I want to be focused, I can just pass it like that. Okay, so that way we don't have to keep doing and show mouse, do all of that. And we can also create one to enable or disable the input. Right. But for now, so when I go, boom, it hides my cursor, and then I can just move on. So now let's create a new screen for the owner to open the store and close the store. Let's go to business widget. I'm gonna copy this and I call it. Ooh, shouldn't copy it. I think I got stuff that I don't need. Let's say owner kiosk, right? Open it up. Open this. Grab the border. Copy. And you can close this down. Remove the canvas. Paste this. So this is for the owner, right? So let me remove this border, vertical, delete these two. I'm gonna add a horizontal box, and we need two vertical boxes. In fact, we wrap them with a size box, and then duplicate this. The one to the right, let's add a text, and let's do 17, and let's paste the button, right? And this one can be fill. This one, wait, this one fill as well. Vertical. This one should be auto fill, and size back. Let's make this one do 300, and we need to increase this container to like 1300, so it can look like this. And this one gonna be open, and this one gonna be close or hide because this one is to hide, kind of like toggle the input, pretty much. And let's say buttons container, and let's wrap this with a, what is it, horizontal box. Duplicate. This one gonna be field, and this one will be 10 40 PM. This is markup right now. Open. And then inside of, let's call this one on the right container, and this one will be left container, and in between these let's add another vertical. And let's make it fair. You know what? This also needs a size box. The height will be about 800. Yeah, so it look like this. And let's put some padding for the right 10. Like that. And let's do size box. Put it in between the left and the right. And let's add a border to that. Make it about 0.3. The size should be 1. Let's do 1.1. Left 8, 50 top, left right 50 bottom. Okay. Let's copy this text and let's put it into the left vertical, and the left container, let's give it padding. Oh, yeah, 10 as well. For now, we're gonna keep this text like that, but this will be where we add the widget switcher type thing. Okay, this is the owner kiosk. So if we open PPC business, let me create a new graph for widget graph, and we can say server create owner widget, and make sure it's still recording. Okay, it is. Make sure it's run on a server, and I think this one. No, this one should be client. Yeah. Make sure it's on client, and let's create the widget. Create widget. It's gonna be owner kiosk. Let's do widget. Okay, and make sure it's replicated and grab it. See if it's valid. If it's not, we can say add to viewport. Then plug this up, and this is where the function library comes in handy. You can say show mouse, right? And I don't have to do all the get controller, all that. And we need the boolean. So, is open. We can set it to true since we are opening it up, and grab this, Control B. Let's grab this. We've done this a million times already, and we should say hide mouse. Before that, we need to do remove from parent, and don't forget to set this to false. Call it up here, client create owner widget, and you can do create owner widget. Now if we go back to the business where we are checking to see if we are the owner, we can just grab the character, get BPC business server create owner widget. Yep, can do that. Let's make sure this is valid, and we can do this. So now let's go check it out. So grab the license, right? Ooh, hold on. Kiosk. On the interact with kiosk. Okay. I think it's this. I'm 110%. It might be this, because it did that to me before. I don't know, for some reason the macro is not working when it comes to this. It seems like we have to do it like this. I could be wrong, I don't know. Hopefully not. Yes, I'm wrong. Okay. Why are you doing that with the door? That's the buy. Let me go. Overlap. That's the owner. Oh wait, I didn't set this. Okay, we only want to show this is owner if true. We got if owner interact with key is true. We'll do that. Let me see some. But why is the door doing it though? The door shouldn't be doing it. Only this. So I need to go, where is it? I'm going to open the door at here. Okay. Where is it? Open door. Can interact with door. Let me see. Yeah, that's how I have it in mind. The other one can interact with door. Set this to false, which is this. Okay. That's business. Door collision can interact with door, can interact with door. Right. So this is different. Okay, that's buying business. Okay. Create on a widget. It's on a kiosk open. Yeah, it shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do that. Because the door should only work if can interact with door is true. Or am I setting it to false? Yeah, right. Set to false over there. Let me do this. And this is one of the things I really dislike about Unreal, because you can do the same thing the same exact way, but somehow it's giving you a problem. Okay, this is working. Let me plug this back up. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, right. Why is it doing this? You know what I mean? So that's one of the things I really don't like about Unreal. Okay, let's do this first. Let me try that. Instead of doing like this, let me check if this is open first, and then check to see if we're the owner, and see if this works. Because it could be it's checking it without even doing that. Let's see. Nope. Still doing it. This is checking to see if can we interact with the kiosk. If we can. See if we are the owner. Literally, I'm doing the same exact thing on my other project, and somehow it's not working on this one. The same exact thing. On a kiosk. This is Kentucky. Owner. This is door. Let me show you. This is the door, right? And this is the owner. And if I go up, it's checking if I'm the owner, which is what I'm doing over there. Or am I? Right, owner kiosk. Okay. Same thing. Alright. And if it is, We check in to see if we're the owner, and then we call it create the owner thing. Literally, I'm doing the same exact thing, but for some reason, it's not working here. Okay, let's see. Owner key. Oh, this is set to true by default. That's why. I hope so. I hope that was a problem. So grab this. Yep, that was it. It was set to true. Now if I do this, yep, it opened it up. There you go. Well, I guess I can use this to be to close the store. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, let's go. Show mouse. Make sure you set that to true. And let's call this one close to make sure you close the store. So what we can do, if we go back to the business, we can go to the event and we can create a custom event called server open business, and then run on server, and we can do MC open business. And then I don't know if I have it there. I may have to do it. Let's say get overlapping business. Oh, okay. Get overlap actors, because we need to know when we purchased the business, what did we do? How did we even purchase the business? Let's see. Or are we just doing markup? Hold on. Go to widget. What's this? Business card. No. That's for the license. Buy business. Okay. Let's see. What did we do here? Buy business. Okay. Set owner. We get business F. We should have a way to check to see if that business is our business. Alright? So let's go to the character real quick. I need to do this in my other project as well, because let's say let's create a new variable, call it business, and say VP business. Make sure it's replicated. Now inside of the, let's close this, VP business, right? After we purchase the business, yeah, right there, we can just say set business ref to We have to come back and do this at a later time because I need to think about this. Because what if we have multiple businesses? Well, we checking to see if the current business. Okay, well, we can keep it the way it is. Yeah, let's just delete this. Sorry. Come on, don't crash on me. Come on. I just don't want to keep doing the get overlapping actor, but that's fine. Seriously. I didn't even. Come on, here we go. Right, so let's go back to where were we? Not this. I was doing something. Oh, I was in the character thing to open the business. Right here. Okay. Let's get overlapping actor. Yeah, there you go. Current business. I know I already had something like that. So pretty much what it is, get overlapping actors, checking the business, set business ref, get the business. Okay. So what we're doing is we're checking to see whichever business we interact in, right? Let's say we need to check to see if we are the owner of that business. So equal to our character. If we are the owner, not doing. We can get the business ref and say is open. Now we're setting the is open variable to true. Now we're opening the business. We can do MC open business, right? And then inside of here, if business is open, we'll open it. Because remember, this is checking to see if we are not the owner to let us open the business, right? So let's check it properly. So let me do this. So this client buy a business license, and then he can buy, open the store, right? Ooh, I need to do that. Open BTN. I need to click, okay. So get character. Get PPC business. And where is it? Server. I guess I can just server open business. So what we can do when we open the business, right? This button we need to disable it because the business is open. Set is enable to false, and then this one by default is enabled gonna be false, but when we open the business we're gonna set it to true like that. So let's try it one more time. We purchase the business. And this is where we're gonna do the lighting and stuff. When the business is open, we're gonna put the lights or whatever. So okay, now I'm the owner. Grab this. When I open the business, see, this is disabled by default. When I open it, this is enable. Right now, this guy should be able to interact with the door because the business is open. Here we go. We gotta fix this. All right. So for the close, we can pretty much do the same thing. We can duplicate this. We can say server close business. Make sure it's running on server. And then MC close business. And make sure. Yep. And all we have to do is set this to false. And if we go back to the owner kiosk, grab this, get the on click, grab this. We can say server close business. And we just need to do the opposite of this. So this go here and this go there. Let me do it the right way. Close, go here, and then this go here. So when we close it, we need to disable the close button and enable the open button. And also from the closing, what you can do say remove from parent, because we're closing this door, and we can say hide mouse, or you can just have a button to hide the screen. So let me take client 2, grab this. Right now, let's try if the door is gonna open since we are not the owner. Right, the door is not opening because we're not the owner and the business is not open. So if I purchase it, I can open it. Now if I close it, I need to redo this door system. And then the other client, because the store is not open yet, right, he cannot open the business door because the store is not open. But if this guy go and open the business, and then now he can come in, and then this is what we're gonna do. The whatever this business is selling, this is where you will be able to come and interact with things. I don't know if I want to make it like where you can just place pre-made stuff, or if I just want to make it like just one kiosk and you come and pick whatever you want. So leave it in the comment if you want it to be, for example, I can set shoes rack over here, or clothes and hats, and then instead of having to come in here and just buy everything, what you can do, you can just come in, open the shoe rack, select your shoes, add it to your cart, go over this way, add it to your cart, and once you're done shopping, you can just go over it this way. Once you open it up, now whoever is operating the business will be able to see everything you have in your cart, and then they can tell you how much everything is, and then you can pay for it that way. So let me know which way you like, or if you want it to be simple where you can just come in and then you pick and choose whatever you want, and then once you're done, you go about your business. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this video here, and then I'm gonna start working on the next part after this one is finished uploading. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.